Good Friday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. So we are going to close out May here with a couple of cruise news stories for you today, and we're going to start off talking about Carnival Cruise Lines because the Carnival Legend just went through a 30-day dry dock, is back out sailing, resumed sailing yesterday, and there were several upgrades made to the Carnival Legend. Now, the 22-year-old vessel started off by getting the Heroes Tribute Bar and Lounge. That was put down on deck 2, replacing the Dream Team Sports Bar. They added a Dreams Studio for professional portraits, a Carnival Adventures desk to assist with shore excursions, and they put in a new miniature golf course. The Medusa's Lair Dance Club, well, unfortunately, that one is gone. And on deck 1, they have now put a dedicated chef's table space, while the remainder of the dance club was turned into additional stateroom. The steakhouse was refreshed to become Fahrenheit 555, and the spa was rebranded into Cloud 9. And then other public areas around the ship, such as carpeting, flooring, and upholstery, was redone as needed around the ship. So the Carnival Legend refreshed, redone, and back out sailing once again. Next up, we have another cruise port over in Europe that has come up with the answer: the best way to combat tourism, well, it is to reduce the number of cruise ships, and it is to put in new taxes. 2 new taxes for cruise passengers is what they are proposing. So the mayor over in Palma, Spain, has released plans, his new proposal, which would severely limit cruise ships or not even allow cruise ships to go there unless they home port from there. And this call to reduce cruise ships, to limit cruise ships, or stop cruise ships from coming there altogether, it is simply to combat over tourism. Regulate, limit, or prohibit the arrival of certain cruise ships and permit only small and medium-sized ones. We also propose limiting the number of cruise ships or allowing only those that have Palma as their home port. Now, currently, only Ada Cruise Lines has 1 cruise ship that home ports in Palma, but they do get visits from several other cruise lines, including Royal Caribbean and Norwegian Cruise Lines. Now, the mayor is also suggesting 2 new tourism taxes. So cruise passengers would be charged a tax simply going into the cruise port, and then a second tax if they then go into the city. So now we're talking cruise passengers being double taxed. Now, this is a trend we are seeing happening more and more over in Europe. We've seen it over in Italy, where there is a tax to enter into the city. Other locations in Spain already have these taxes going into place against cruise passengers entering into the cruise ports. So it's not a new story. It is not a new trend, but it's definitely something we are seeing other cruise ports jump on. Now, the plan is not without opposition. Definitely not everybody agrees on it. Palma depends on tourism. It thrives on tourism, and it is believed that if they start to limit tourism, reduce the amount of tourists that can come in, it can have a negative effect on their economy. Now, remember, at this time, it is only a proposal. Nothing has gone into effect, and only time will tell, is this going to happen or is this not going to happen? But we have seen it happen in other locations and in other places. And finally, Royal Caribbean Group. Royal Caribbean Group owns Royal Caribbean, Celebrity Cruise Lines, and Silver Seas Cruise Lines. Well, they have announced a new loyalty status match program that will go across all 3 cruise lines. Now, Royal Caribbean has the Crown and Anchor Society. That's the name of their loyalty program. Celebrity Cruise Lines has the Captain's Club, and Silver Seas has the Venetian Society. So now, if whatever level you are in that particular loyalty level, it is going to be able to transfer between all 3. So, for an example, if you are Diamond with Crown and Anchor, you would automatically become Elite with the Captain's Club and a Venetian Society member with Silver Seas. Now, you do have to be enrolled in each one of these loyalty programs. For an example, if you are currently enrolled with Royal Caribbean's Crown and Anchor Society, but you have not enrolled with Celebrity, you would need to enroll in their loyalty program, and then it would take 7 days for your status match to show. And it will be automatic once you have enrolled. So you don't have to call customer service. You don't have to do anything. You just have to either be enrolled or enroll in those particular loyalty programs, and the system will automatically put you at the proper level after 7 days. Now, Royal Caribbean and Celebrity did have a previous loyalty match program in place, but you could only reach certain levels under the old program. But under the new program, even the highest levels of each of the loyalty programs will now be matched across all three brands. So it is an improvement. It's an extension of what they already had, and now it covers all three cruise lines. And this is something cruise passengers have been asking for, that if a company, a corporation owns multiple cruise lines, the ability to have your loyalty go from ship to ship, to match from brand to brand. It's something people have asked for. It's something that people have wanted. So it's good to see that Royal Caribbean has listened, they have heard, and they're implementing the new loyalty match. Now, as soon as this story came out, I was reading over on Carnival Cruise Line's pages where people immediately started asking Carnival, hey, Royal Caribbean is doing this. Now you need to do it. When are you going to do it? Carnival should be doing this too. But so far, Carnival has said they have no plans to do this anytime in the future. Doesn't mean Carnival will never do it, but at this time, it doesn't look like Carnival is going to follow along behind Royal Caribbean. It doesn't look like Carnival is going to do any kind of loyalty matching. Right now, they say each one of their cruise lines is a distinct brand. So good news for Royal Caribbean fans, not great news for Carnival Cruise Lines fans, but hey, you never know. That could easily and quickly change in the future, especially if it's really popular over on Royal Caribbean. All right, and that is going to be our video for today. If you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.